What's up, you guys? Welcome back to Wide Body Nation. Today we are focusing on making money with our cool cars. Specifically talking if you can make money on Turo, the Airbnb for cars, with a 2020 or 2021 wide body Scat Pack Charger. Now, if you guys are thinking Challenger, some of this will apply, but it is a two-door, so keep that in mind. It's less versatile. But we're focusing on the Charger wide body today, folks. So what is Turo? Turo is the Airbnb for cars. That's the little elevator pitch. If you don't know what Airbnb is, or if that phrase does not make sense, Turo is a car sharing, technically not a car rental platform, but we're going to use the term rent a lot in this video. So forgive me on the verbiage here, but we got to keep it straight. Turo is a car sharing, car rental platform that connects hosts with cool or simple cars with people who want to rent cool or simple cars, right? And it is a very free market. It is not as boxed in, not as rigid as like a Hertz, an Enterprise, Budget, Avis, because it's not a massive corporation. Like, I rent my cars out on Turo, so I can sit there and I can say my Corvette, I'll rent it out for $5 or for $50, or I'll rent it out for $500 or $1,000. Like, so a lot of business fundamentals are a little bit wonky, but supply, demand, location, customer service, all of those things still apply. They just kind of are a little bit manipulated since it is the gig economy and not, like I said, a big corporation. RIP Hertz, bankrupt from this past year, 2020. So with that being said, this video is going to be in depth. I've been hosting on Turo for over a year now, about a year and a half. I was scaled up to 6 cars at one point. My past year, I brought in for Turo upwards of $50,000, and of that, I saw over $30,000, paid to me, which then I had to distribute for profit and expenses. So I've been on Turo for a minute and a half. I did go ahead and survive the craziness that the pandemic did ensue in the travel industry, and I've also moved from the Nashville market to the Atlanta market. So I have a lot of experience on Turo. By no means am I the be-all end-all for Turo, but my combination of the car industry knowledge, the social media hype train with Mopar or no car right now, and then also my actual experience on Turo leads me to believe that I can offer you potentially a valuable opinion. With that being said, we are going to go ahead and just offer you guys the quick reminder. Most of you guys are subscribed, but YouTube tells me that about 83% of people do not want $250 Apple AirPods Pro because 83% of my viewers are not subscribed, but that's your option. So, but if you do want a chance to win these, simply change that subscribe button from red to gray. Automatically enters you to win those $250 headphones on our live stream at 5,000 subs, which we are approaching rather quickly. All right, guys, we're going to go from big to little here. We're going to get very specific near the end of the video, and then I'm going to offer you guys my 2 cents, perhaps 3 cents on this here wide body Scat Pack. Obviously, I do not currently have one listed, but I have a lot of information for you guys. So the closest car to the wide body Scat Pack that we are going to be using as our historical data is my 2018 Destroyer Gray Dodge Charger Daytona, and it is the 5.7 liter or 340 motor, not the 392 Scat Pack motor. Now, I would argue that this previously was the perfect rental car, and I'll show you guys real quick. I'll just show you the listing for this, just so you guys can go ahead and get familiar and see how this car was. So this is my listing, and I have completed over 26 trips with this car. Those were all in 2020, a little bit in 2019. But this is my car, which many of you guys know. Great color, best color. The Daytona package is great too. So it was a good car. Turo has since changed some of their policies, which is this is the real crux of it here, guys, because simple little policy changes can take you from very profitable to just underwater hemorrhaging money. So if you guys are looking for those little tips and tricks, it's coming, okay? So that's the listing, pretty much shows the whole car, mainly outside, a little bit of inside, and people like it, right? So with that being said, this car used to bring in quite the revenue. But there was 2 problems, vehicles, earnings, boom, boom. I'm gonna straight up show you guys the earnings for this. So we're gonna go all cars. We're gonna go, this is 2021 right now, so don't freak out. 2020. These are the earnings right here for the Dodge Charger. This is just the Dodge Charger. Now, you're going to see there's some gaps here and some ebbs and flows, right? And that's for a couple reasons. First of all, people like to rent Dodge Chargers, and people potentially like to get into little fender benders with them. So some months on here maybe were going to be a good month, but the car was in the shop for 1 to 3 weeks. And once the pandemic hit, as you guys know, parts, labor, all these other regulations, it takes time to get your cars fixed these days. So that's a serious consideration going forward. This car, in the top earning months, it was making over or around $1,500 a month, and the car payment on it was only about $500 a month for just a fair car payment. So tripling the car payment, even during like February, which is not a good rental month necessarily. January, it was not on the road due to a small issue. And then obviously September onward, I have had it off the market because it is my trade-in for my 2021 REDEYE. So with that being said, I would argue that this car has good earning potential, but it's got to stay on the road. Now, here is a big difference, and here is something that is in favor of the 2020/2021 wide-body Scat Pack, and it is this. And folks, we're gonna get technical here, but this is the kind of stuff you gotta get into if you're gonna do this. So, when you look at the listing here, we're gonna go ahead and jump back real quick. Jump back again. Go back to the listing. Come on now. Here we go. Bang. So don't look at the money right now. It's listed for $149 a day, whatever. Here is the key right here. This car, you have to be 21 or older to book. That is a problem because all of my incidents on Turo have been with people who are under the age of 25. And I'm not trying to... I'm only 26. I'm not trying to be partial or impartial to younger people. It's just statistically proven that people have a problem or are more likely to get into incidents, whether it's their fault or not, when they're younger than 25. So with that being said, the value of this car, MSRP wise, is about 36 grand. And that is important because in order for Turo to make the car harder to rent, aka a deluxe vehicle, you need to have a car that is roughly worth a fair market value of 45 grand or higher. Now, as many of you guys know, the 2020 and 2021 Dodge Charger Scat Pack wide bodies, their starting price MSRP is $48K. You toss a couple of packages onto them like here, and they're up into the 50s. Low to mid 50s is I think where you want to be at, but obviously you can get higher. Now, this car that I have optioned right here only has the Plus group, the driver convenience group, and the locking lug nuts. You add the destination charges, and the car is going to be about 51 grand. This is the power dollars right here. This is the 3,000 off Dodge. Includes that for us. Appreciate that, Dodge. So this car, let's call it 51 grand with destination fees, and the power dollars are not factored in, right? To the value of your vehicle, right? So with that being said, let's say we take basically this car right here, this one that you could potentially buy off a lot, real simple. Like I said, just white, red interior. I would recommend like a red or a tan interior if you guys are going to do Turo, because it's just one more thing that makes it pop in the pictures. It grabs people's attention. They're like, oh, red interior. That's nice. Unless you don't like red interiors, but to each their own. On a white car though, red interior, 10 out of 10. With that being said, this car does qualify for the Deluxe Class. And you might say, hey, Wide Body Nation, how do you know that? Well, I tested it for you guys. I tested it. And I did the work for this video months ago because Turo takes a little while to actually check the vehicle in. You list the vehicle, but they won't give you Deluxe Class right away. It's not a bang bang thing. It's a, hey, we'll get back to you on the Deluxe Class thing. So I have this 2020 Dodge Charger wide body Scat. It is a test vehicle. I told you guys I don't currently actually have it listed, but I did a test run, and look at this. It is a Deluxe Class vehicle, and they have exclusive safety checks for this vehicle, which is good because it has the 392 motor, and so it's got about 485 horsepower. It's got the wide body package on it. It's a vehicle that a relatively mature person needs to be behind the wheel of. You can't just have lottie-dottie everybody jumping in and yamming on the pedal because they're going to be doing uncontrolled burnouts, even though it's got the wide body package. 25 plus, guests under 30 must select a specific protection. Deposit is also a little security deposit. If you put in your insurance, you get $250 off. So with that being said, I have one more point to make until I make my recommendation. The Deluxe Class on Turo also helps you manage the mileage. Watch this. So we'll go host. We're going to go vehicles. If you are not in the Deluxe Class, here is the problem. Check this out. We're going to edit this listing. Mileage, distance included. If you are not in the Deluxe Class, Turo changed their rules midway through 2020. They used to let me be all the way down at 100 miles a day. Now it's 200. And 200 miles a day at the minimum is a ton of mileage. If you rent my car for a month, you can put 6,000 miles on it. That's too many miles unless you're going to be paying extra for the mileage, right? So a lot of hosts are afraid to limit their mileage, but that also takes them away from a lot of renters, because the way I see it is I can keep my prices of the base rental price lower if I have lower mileage, and then when you call me and say you need to go on a trip or you need more miles, I will structure that deal for you. But if the mileage is mandated at 200 or 300, some crazy amount of mileage, then my prices have to be to the moon, even if someone just needs the car to beep and bop around town and not put a bunch of miles on it. So I think Turo, I can make a whole video about this, but here's the deal. You can go, we're gonna switch over to the SCAT pack. And I know this is a picture of a Hellcat. Like I said, it's just a test thing. But here's the thing. Distance included. Because it is a deluxe vehicle, you can go down to 100 a day. So if someone rented your car for a month, they would only put 3,000 on it, which is a much more fair, it's still a lot of miles, but it's much fair. Someone rents your car for 3 days, they get 300 miles, 5 days, 500 miles, much more appropriate. And then you can actually go in and start pricing the car appropriately. So, oh my goodness. You can actually go price the car appropriately. So like they let you go in with the calendar, and I'd say probably 149 is fair till the end of January. Boom. Okay, so that's an issue that we're having. Turo will also cap your price out. So 127, save changes. So you can charge $127 as your base price, but it has to be 25 years or older to rent, which is great for you to keep this car on the road. It has to be, and then they have to, the insurance stuff. And then also the mileage is at 100, not 200 a day. And so if someone calls you and says, hey, I need more mileage, then you can offer them an extra. You can add an extra here and say, boom, unlimited mileage. And then quantity one, obviously unlimited mileage, self-explanatory, per day, not per trip. You guys got to go per day. And then price per item, I would at least put it at $99 a day, if not more. I would personally go with probably something like $149 for unlimited mileage, because that unlimited mileage can get out of hand, and you can adjust it based off of if you talk to the renter and see what they're up to. So let's say we did that. No, just this car. So now when they see the listing, they can jump in. I get it. It's a picture of a Hellcat. You guys don't have to tell me in the comments below, whatever. And then when they book, looks like it didn't save the distance. Didn't save it. Okay, so basically that's what you would do. We'd edit the listing. We'd make sure that the distance was good to go. 100. We gotta save it. All right, there we go. Change is saved. Now we can look at the listing. So if you're gonna put a car on Turo, make sure you're optimizing it like this by saving the listing, mileage way down, and then you can get your prices down to get people in the door. Because if I had this thing listed at $199 or $249 because it was so much mileage, no one's gonna rent it, right? So with that being said, a couple things to address for the end of the video and for my recommendation. I would say that if you are going to do Turo, and that's a big if, because I'll make a video on if you should do Turo or not. I'll say if you're going to do Turo, then this should be, not this, but the SCAT Pack wide body, either a 2020 or a 2021 with some decent options, should be a serious consideration for you. Plus package, maybe maybe the sound system. I would not get a sunroof because that's just one more thing for a renter to leave open. I would get wheel locks so that your vehicle's wheels aren't stolen while the renter's there. There's some things. I'll go over a lot of those things in another video, but I would say this vehicle is in the top 5 vehicles to put on Turo. I would say it's the Dodge Charger wide body Scat Pack, Jeeps, Teslas, Corvettes, and depending on your market, a couple other useful vehicles, but we'll talk about that. But it's in the top 5, I would say. Now, you got to remember, this is going to be a rental vehicle, so you can't get too emotionally attached to this. Like, you can like the car, but don't get, that's for another video. So I would say if you're able to manage the mileage, you're good. 100 miles a day, price it between 100 and 149 a day, offer unlimited mileage for a good fee, offer the deliveries, and you gotta be in a decent market. That's the last thing. So I appreciate you guys staying to the end of the video because this is what you can take away. If you are not within 30 to 45 minutes of a major city, Atlanta, Nashville, Los Angeles, whatever it may be, airports are great. I know they're recovering from this whole 2020 issues, but you got to be near airports, or you got to be where people are spending money. You can't just be out in the middle of nowhere in Iowa or Indiana because there's not people out there to rent your car. It's that simple. You got to go where the customers are. So I would, to sum it up, I would say that if you're gonna do Turo, that's the first question. If the answer is yes, this is a car you should heavily consider. Now, when you do Turo, you guys are going to start getting hit up potentially on people who want to do side rentals, or people who want to do this, or people want to do that, or I'll do this, man. A lot of sketchy stuff. You got to play by the rules on Turo, or you're going to get yourself into a very, very, very sticky situation. I'll do more videos on the insurance side of the house as well. There are ways to make money with your car outside of Turo that don't violate any insurance rules, any other issues. So you can advertise your car one way or another to do music videos, other stuff like that. And we will talk about that. We're going to talk about music videos, Uber Eats, networking, obviously Uber, Lyft. All those are coming up in our Make Money with Your Car series. And I appreciate you guys tuning in. Hit me in the comments below what you guys think the best car for Turo is, whether you Corvette, Camaro, Mustang, BMW this, Mercedes that, Range Rover. I want to know what you guys think, and I will reply to every comment with my opinion on what car you guys think is great for Turo. Also, hit me in the comments below with any crazy rental car experiences, whether you've been the customer, whether you've been the host, whether you've just been a bystander and just heard some crazy rental car story at the counter. And let me know what you guys think. Lastly, we got our Webull. 4 free stocks when you open up an account, valued up to $3,700, but it will probably be down in that $20 to $30 of stock value range. Make sure you guys deposit your $100 to start trading so you can go buy some Chewy stock, go buy some Tesla stock, whatever it may be, and they will give you your free stock, and that will be a fun little lottery pick. I was doing some free stocks last night because I get some free stocks too. So that was cool. Got some $8 stocks, got some $12 stocks. So everybody wins. Also, M1 Finance is giving you guys $30 for free when you guys sign up and deposit your $100. So you deposit $100, turns into $130 within the couple of days that it takes them to deposit that account. Obviously, I get a kickback too. I get $30, you get $30, and I appreciate you guys for checking it out. I only recommend these apps because I have both of them on my phone. They are very useful. I check them both every day. Probably not a good thing because you're not really supposed to necessarily, but this is Webull. It's got the trackers, it's got the markets, it's got your actual, your account positions on here, which probably shouldn't put that up on here. And then M1 Finance is also a great app because it allows you to do pies and fractional shares, which is super helpful. Like you get your pies here. You can pick you can have all these different companies you're exposed to without actually having to pony up $850 for Tesla and 2,000 odd, or what I think the Amazon's up about 3,000 now. You don't have to buy the full shares, which is great. So check them out. That's all I got for you guys. WIDEBODYNation.com has all your resources. The monthly payment calculator link is right here in case you guys want to calculate monthly payment. You guys have been changing all types of numbers in here. I just make sure the formulas are good every other day or so. Appreciate you guys using that tool. I'm glad that it is valuable. We got some products on here with our SCAT Pack mug and our Wide Body Nation t-shirts. That'll take you to Teespring. We just started our Make Money With Your Car series, so we will have our Turo information here. I'll upload that after this. And then if you guys are looking for social media links, go ahead and check us out on Facebook at Wide Body Nation. You guys can check us out on obviously YouTube, Instagram. That'll take you right on over to the Wide Body Nation Instagram. Appreciate you guys for checking out on there. If you want to contact me about Turo, about car buying, about cool cars, or if you just want to say what's up, Instagram is probably the quickest way for me to respond just because it's so easy with messaging. But you guys can also email me at 2740solutions@gmail.com. All that info is below. Check out the pinned comment, check out the description, and I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Let me know what you think about these money videos because I think it's interesting, but I want you guys to let me know. Appreciate you tuning in. Stay safe, and I'll see you for the next video.